It's a passer and get the passer league, and the Vikings maybe weren't as good at getting the passers maybe they should have in the back end of the 2022 season, and they signed a player to a futures contract for 2023 who could help get after that ass. That's all. The Vikings announced that they have signed outside linebacker Curtis Weaver to a futures contract. And Weaver, super interesting. So he's 24 years young, 6'2", 265, classic 3-4 outside linebacker, which, and if you're looking for hints that the Vikings are going to stick with a 3-4, although, would you take a hint of a bottom of the roster 90-man futures contract guy as like, hey, they're definitely going to stick with the 3-4? I don't know, maybe. But former 3-star recruit from Long Beach, took his talents to Boise. 34 sacks over 3 seasons with the Broncos. Also 148 pressures, a 17.9% pressure rate. Was just an absolute monster. I loved and adored him in the 2020 draft. I thought that he would probably be a day 2 selection, but he just kept falling because a little bit of a tweener, undersized, didn't run the 40-yard dash. It was estimated he would run 4.8, 4.9. So if you're going to be that size, like, you got to have speed. And Weaver didn't necessarily have it, although he does have nice agility. He does have nice explosiveness as well, 7.64 out of 10 on the RAS scale. But production, I just thought for sure that he would have been picked based on production, but he slid to the 5th round, taken by the Dolphins. They ended up cutting him his rookie season coming out of training camp, trying to get him on the practice squad. The Browns scooped him up, and it's kind of it from there. He was up and down from the practice squad. It is important to note that Kwesi was with the Browns 2020, 2021, had a couple years of overlap with Weaver, so this is obviously an educated pickup. Also, Kwesi and Andrew Barry still go way back like chiroprac. And he did play 6 snaps in one game in 2021, recorded 1 tackle. He was released in October of 2022, and here is where we currently are. He also signed a contract with the Seattle Sea Dragons because the XFL is coming back. The Rock. It's going to be pretty good. But the Vikings picked him up with the futures contract. And looking at his 2020 scouting report, this is from Lance Zierlein. Overview. Stand-up end whose production as a pass rusher must be balanced out by his below-average ability and athleticism in stopping the run. Other than that, Weaver is a naturally instinctive counter rusher who uses synchronized hands, feet to attack both inside and outside edges as a rusher, but his lack of explosiveness and athletic traits could dull his rush production against NFL offensive tackles. He plays with football intelligence, but his level of NFL success could be determined by whether his skill can overcome below average explosiveness. So, not a pure physical freak, but more of a technician, a guy who's really buttoned up with technique and whatnot, and that's really how we got things done in Boise. And looking at the Vikings edge rushing room right now, so you got Daniil and Zadarius Smith potentially going to be back, although I don't know. The Vikings scrapped the 3-4. I think Zadarius could be gone. Also, if they really want to free up that $12 point and change $1 million cap space, maybe they move on from Zadarius. Who knows? Wanham, I thought, grew nicely this year. Same thing with Patrick Jones II. Luigi Villain, the former UDFA out of Wake Forest, did some good things. Kenny Willekes is coming back off of injury. And then you got Curtis Weaver as well as Benton Whitley, both on futures contracts. So I do think that Weaver, even though he's not that physical freak, it's just a guy who can get the quarterback, and they are always valuable. Always valuable. Like, I don't care how fast you run the 40 or how good you look in the underwear Olympics at the combine. Can you put the quarterback on the ground? Can you wreak havoc? And I think that Weaver can do that. And getting an opportunity here with the Vikings, it makes sense. I'm not saying that he's going to emerge as a starter anytime soon, but could he be a guy who makes a practice squad, maybe as a fringe rusher, maybe as part of a platoon that just get after the quarterback's ass? I mean, absolutely. Sure. But your thoughts are thoughts. Vikings sign linebacker Curtis Weaver to a futures contract, the former pride of Boise State. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.